Welcome. Cheers. Today we are going to talk about supplements. Do you need them? Are you taking enough? Are you taking too many? Are you even taking the right ones? If you're like me, you're seeing ads for these everywhere. You hear them. One pill makes you larger, one pill makes you smaller. There's a pill for your brain, there's a supplement for your muscles. This. The supplement industry is massive and it's growing, and the marketing is over the top. Today, we're going to ignore all the hype and we're going to talk about how to find out what you really need and where to get it. So, ready? For those of you that are new, hey, my name is Bonnie. I'm a holistic nutritionist and herbalist. I help you heal your body from the inside out using holistic health and a big dose of reality so you can improve your health long term. We cover a wide range of topics here inside Healthy in a Wild World. And coming up this summer, our health partners will be popping by to share their expertise as well. First up is Naomi Cesari. She's a hypnotherapist and an embodiment coach who is bringing her knowledge about your subconscious brain and emotional eating. Join Naomi and I next week. We are going to answer the question, what is eating you up inside? Our videos are published every Monday, so if this calls to you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and that bell to be notified. You don't want to miss all the action this summer. It is going to be so much fun. All right. You know the drill. You focus on healthy choices so you can avoid the pill box on the dresser that seems to be a marker of old age in America. Only now you have so many supplements that you need said extra large pill box. Do you really need all of that? Has anyone ever really sat you down and evaluated your needs, your body's signals, done some lab tests, and figured out what you actually need? Many times, this is the step we forget about. We rush into things. We can buy supplements without a doctor's okay, so we skip the professional advice. Or we get one quick lab test and the doctor says everything looks good, meaning you're within a healthy range that was deemed acceptable for a huge range of people, but maybe not you. And can one lab test really tell you the whole story? Pretty much no. And here's what I mean by that. We're going to use magnesium just as an example, okay? There are 10 forms commonly provided by supplementation. 10. Citrate, oxide, chloride, lactate, malate, taurate, L-threonate, sulfate, glycinate, orotate. Magnesium is also a cofactor for more than 300 enzyme systems. It helps to regulate diverse biochemical reactions in our body, including protein synthesis, muscle and nerve function, blood glucose control, and blood pressure regulation. So it's kind of important to our body, but did you know it is not testable? There's not one single test that can give you all the information you need to determine if you have a magnesium deficiency. And if you do, which one is deficient? And that's just one example. It's happened to me, and what I learned is that my gut was the biggest player in every issue I faced. So heal your gut, the rest will follow. The signals your body sends tells you what you need. Lab testing is just one component of figuring this all out. So why worry about your supplements? Well, a lot of people figure if they take extra everything, they'll be covered, right? After all, Mom gave us 2 Flintstones every single morning just in case we missed something in our growing bodies that day, right? Can't we just do that as a grown-up? Isn't there a grown-up version of that? Yes and no. First, we need to get down to the basics of vitamin storage and how they get from the bottle to your body. We're going to talk about fat versus water soluble. Okay. we need to talk about the difference between the fat and the water-soluble vitamins. Fat-soluble are stored inside fat cells, and they shouldn't be consumed as an insurance policy. Can you take a multivitamin as insurance against the pitfalls of a modern diet? Yes. I totally support that, but not blindly. And neither should you. Health is not something that you should take blindly. You are in charge and you are in control of your health. Now, here's why I'm saying this. Those fat stored vitamins, A, D, E, and K, they get into your system. And what your body can't use right this minute to boost immunity, to reduce your inflammation, and to support bone growth, it stores in your fat cells. It doesn't track your vitamin D, okay? It doesn't have you stop taking it. Doesn't send you those signals, okay? Not in a traditional sense. So, without tracking your vitamin D levels consciously, you have no idea how much is being used. You don't know how much is being saved. So you just keep taking it at the high dose your doctor ordered. Usually it's 5,000 or 10,000 IUI. And many times what's neglected is that last caveat, that last instruction when you leave their office is we need to retest you in 8 to 12 weeks. You should not be on 5,000 to 10,000 for life unless there is something severely wrong. That if there is an illness or a condition of some sort, your doctor will know the answer to this. I'm not knocking doctors, but this is definitely something that is not typically remembered at the end. It is included in that sheet that nobody reads. But you leave and you've been given this prescription or you've been given this recommendation. Doesn't even have to be a prescription. And you think all is well, right? Until you overdose on vitamin D and all of a sudden your eyesight's affected. So you start having blurry vision. Then the brain fog sets in and you start feeling tired again. But vitamin D is supposed to help with all of that, right? It does until you hold on to too much. This is where supplements become a major problem. We think if a little is good, a lot is great. Nope. So what do? Test. Lab testing at least quarterly for the first year. It shows us how our levels look throughout the year. For many of us, we need to actually make seasonal shifts, and lab testings tells us when those seasons are. Do you need more in the winter? Do you need all year long? You don't know unless you can actually see. And the only way to see vitamin D levels is through a blood lab test. So testing quarterly. If you need to make seasonal adjustments, which many of us do, a lot of us need that bigger boost in the wintertime. So what about water-soluble vitamins? These you can take as insurance all you want. There are minimal, if any, repercussions. Effectively, whatever the body doesn't use or feel it needs, it gets washed out. Psh, your B vitamins, C, folate, iron, magnesium, there's a whole slew of them. Why do we even have supplements? Do you know the answer to this? Have you ever considered this? Because the brilliant way science found to remove the germs and bacteria in our food in the 1800s was to sterilize it. Solved that problem, but created a new one. They killed off many of the nutrients. So a new set of scientists created supplements to fill the gaps. Safer food, gaps filled, right? But do you need them? We went way far into the left field by supplementing and enriching our food. If you didn't know that enriched bread, it started as supplementation. The flour was sterilized, breads and pastas were made, everybody was eating them and getting sick. And then scientists found out this is a problem. And they discovered why. And they started adding the enrichment, they added the vitamins and minerals into your food. So it's called enriched food. That's why that's there. it created a lot of other issues like food sensitivities and some metabolic imbalances, things that we now deal with that we didn't at the time. The best sort of vitamins and minerals is a well-balanced diet that includes fibrous foods like fruits, vegetables, and grains. That being said, our produce is less nutritious than it was in the 1800s. Mass production, pesticides, inside seeds, dirt, sprays, and a modern fast-paced lifestyle, they've all led to the issues we see today. Our food source over the years has been compromised. There's no doubt about that. They've added things into the seeds that help protect the plants against bugs, right? Fertilizer to help it grow bigger. Bigger isn't always better though. It's bigger, but it only has the same volume of nutrients it did when it was organically sized. So when you look at your conventional produce versus your organic produce, don't look at organic and go, oh, it's so much smaller. It's not nutritious, or it's not as nutritious as the conventionally grown. Actually, it can be more nutritious. And food that's naturally grown is in the same category. So if you're shopping at your local farmer's market and you have a farmer that is choosing to grow his food naturally versus organically, what that means many times is that he or she is not filling out paperwork to maintain an organic certification. That could be all it is. You need to talk to them and find out. Because if they are growing things in a more natural fashion, then what is going on is that you're getting more nutrients in a smaller version. So essentially what this means is that you have to eat more of the conventional produce to get the same health benefits as the organic. So the bigger the corn, the bigger the chickens, the bigger the zucchini, the cucumbers, all of it. It's great. It's bigger, but it's the same volume of vitamins and minerals as what was grown in the 1800s. So don't look at it like that. The reason people are saying you have to eat, gobs of apples and things like that is because of this. Not saying you have to eat gobs of apples, but this is why we have supplementation. This brings us back into looking at how and what we should supplement. What do you look for? What I look for, I want to see numbers. What's going on with your lab work? Let's get a good baseline to move from. And then from there, we're going to talk about where you're buying your food. How is it grown? Is it organic? Is it natural? Is it conventional? Organic, natural, conventional. Where does your meat or fish come from? Are they farmed? Farmed fish is actually cheaper, but it's grown with hormones because nature doesn't grow big fish in small ponds. You buy local produce whenever possible, maybe. And here's why I say locally grown, because a lot of those farmers, like I mentioned before, they can't afford the organic certification. It's very expensive. It costs a lot of money every single year. And just because they simply can't afford it, that label doesn't mean they're not growing food organically. It just means they can't necessarily afford the certification, or they don't want to participate. There's an obscene amount of paperwork associated with organic produce. So chances that you are getting higher quality whole food is much higher than you'd find inside of a grocery store many times. Sometimes though, and especially more recently, a lot of the grocery stores are going to more this fresh, more natural appearance. They want to come out as more fresh, more natural, more healthy, right? They're healthier for you. And in doing so, they're choosing more of the local produce that is grown organically and naturally. And the produce that's in their conventional section is now naturally grown. That's what those things mean. Okay, that's what those labels mean. So you might find that your tummy is happier, that your body is happier, because there's much more value to the food that you're buying when you eat the more natural or organic produce. And you might even cut the need for all those supplements in your supplement box. So if your supplement box is overflowing, take a minute to consider what I'm talking about today. And look at what you really need, because the things that you were taking for insurance might not be helping and even could be hurting you. Don't buy the hype, follow the science, and listen to your gut. Your gut knows you. It knows what you need, and it's sending signals to your brain, and the brain is sending signals to your gut to make sure that your conscious brain gets the signal and knows, hey, this is what we need. So, bottom line, do we need a supplementation, or do we need to supplement, or do we not need to supplement? Given our food system today, yes, but you don't necessarily need as much as you've been led to believe. Remember, supplement companies sell products, not health. I'm in this for health, mine and yours. So, what is my takeaway? When it comes to supplements, you will have dailies and as neededs. My dailies are a B complex. They're a multi that includes adaptogens and biotin and collagen, as well as nootropics. My as needed list includes some foods and herbs like lemon, peppermint, oregano, ginger. My vitamin A, D, K, and E are assessed daily. I look at my diet, I look at the weather. The skies are gray. I'm going to need more vitamin D. I have a tendency to fall into that category of seasonal depressive disorder. I do that every winter. It's why I love living in the South. It doesn't impact me as much as it did when I was living up north. So if it's been sunny recently, then I'm good to stick with like 1,000 to 2,000 IUIs of vitamin D. I'm good. Usually that's where I stay. Majority of my supplements come in the form of a powder, and that powder is made from phytonutrients. They're produced using high quality processes, and this all ensures that what I'm consuming has the highest quality of absorption possible. What's the point? What's the point of supplementing if your supplements aren't being used by your body? You're throwing away money, yes, and you're still lacking vital nutrients. It's not a win-win. That sucks in my opinion. There are affordable options. There really are. There are high quality options, and high quality doesn't always mean spending a lot of money. So let's chat if budget is an issue, or if the thought of spending over a certain amount turns your stomach. My sister has a threshold. I have many clients. They have a threshold. They don't want to spend over a certain amount on supplements. If that's you, let's chat. We can find a solution for what your body is actually need, or what your body actually needs. Pooh. We don't like unhappy tummies around here. We don't. Our goal is to make them happy and to keep them happy. There are options, and the goal is to help you figure out what's best for your body and your health. Remember, happy tummy, happy body, happy brain. Health starts in your gut. So let's get some healthy tummies. And if you need anything, if you have questions, if you're uncertain, even in the slightest, let's chat. All right. If you're looking for more support and you're looking for some resources to help you on your journey, check out the new Wild Free Health community. Wild Free Health, we give you access to a wealth of information and a ton of support from the community, from professionals, like-minded individuals who are all working toward the same goal. We're all trying to just achieve optimal health and wellness for our bodies. If you hop in today and watch all the behind the scenes action, you're going to get lots of laughs. We are getting ready for our launch party on July 1st. So there's lots of stuff happening, lots of bloopers and lots of good stuff. I hope you enjoyed learning a little bit more about supplements and living a healthier life, a much more vibrant life in today's fast-paced world. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I will see you next week with Naomi. Cheers.